Hey guys, what's up? It's Darkmech here and welcome back to another video. Today we're having a look at the new dungeon that's hit the PTR, the Seat of the Triumvirate, or the Triumvirate, or however the fuck you say it. Now, I have not been over to the PTR, I have not done the introductory quests, I've not gone to Argus, I have no idea how this dungeon fits into things. So, if you know out there, please fill me in so I know what the fuck is going on. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait until 7.3 goes live, and then I'll figure it all out then. But I did want to come over and have a look at the new dungeon just to see what was coming up, and to know what I was kind of going to be expecting when it goes live. But I have no idea what's going on. It's a real void set dungeon, so everything in here is void orientated. All the bosses, all the trash, the setting, it looks cool, but it's very void orientated. There was a hell of a lot of frames, FPS lag as well when we were over. Everyone was getting it on the PTR. So this is a little bit sort of choppy in some areas, and sometimes it wasn't unplayable, but it was a real pain in the ass. So just a heads up for that. So it's a 4-boss dungeon. It's very, very short. But some of the boss fights are actually really cool, and in Mythic Plus application, they're going to be really interesting. So this is the first boss, Zural the Ascended. Placeholder values for PTR, but this is heroic and he has 111 million HP. So you can kind of imagine, if that was the case, how much HP he's going to have on a 15 plus Tyrannical. But obviously PTR, who knows what he'll come out with. He has this Decimate Smash, which causes this large defile thing that just keeps on going. It has a huge, huge range on it. So this is going to be a really interesting boss. Obviously, the longer it goes on, the more the floor is going to fill up with shit. This room is actually really big though. It would just involve clearing more trash around him before engaging him. He's surrounded by 4 summoners. Once you kill the 4 summoners, he engages, and that's pretty much it. He does that smash, and he has a fixate where people kite him around the room. That's pretty much it for the first boss, sort of not too complex. You then run up to Locust Walker and Illyria Windrunner here, who take you into this hut. You tell them you're ready, and then Illyria, with her magic void laser cutting powers, cuts a big perfect circle void hole in the wall, and I have no idea how that fits into things. I've read about Illyria in the books, but she never had magical void powers, so I don't know what's going on there. You drop down into this sort of second area, and this becomes like a gauntlet scenario, much like Alcatraz sort of in the first area where you run through in that gauntlet. This is pretty much the same. So there's these padding void, the padding mobs, sorry, they don't respawn, but the void blobs, the void discharges or whatever, they do. So you need to keep moving. You need to kill the Rift Wardens on the map. I think there was 3 or 4 of them. They're the yellow circles on the map. You need to kill all of them for Saprish to engage, which is the second boss. So once you've killed them, Saprish appears over here. Saprish has a pet Darkfang. You can't tank Darkfang. You can grip him, all that kind of stuff, but he won't stay on you. He just jumps around and hits people. Saprish drops bombs on the ground. They start off as little blue circles, then they turn into bombs and they explode. Much like the first boss in the Lost City of Tolvir, I think the dungeon was called. But it's much sort of the same thing. So you can see they're like little bomb runes on the ground. He detonates them, they grow bigger and they explode. So again, just don't stand in the bad stuff. This entire dungeon is very much don't stand in the bad stuff orientated, more than a hell of a lot of the other dungeons we've seen. You then run up to the next part, you clear a bit of trash, you drop down and you're on Viceroy here. Now Viceroy, you need to clear all the trash in the room, otherwise if you pull him, everything in this area will come to you, so you need to kill all the stuff down here. Viceroy is interesting. He spawns these umbral tentacles. If you run into one of these beams here, it appears you get feared. So killing the tentacles or not moving will be a big thing. There's also this blue circle around him, think sort of player battlefield unknown, which comes in towards the boss. Now he does this pushback ability like Dressarion in DHT called Entropic Force. Now that pushes you back. This circle on the outside is coming in. It's obviously going to deal damage. The longer this boss fight goes on, the closer that gets in. If you get pushed back into it, I'm guessing it will one-shot you at higher levels, and that's going to be sort of your DPS race against time. Next, you run into this little sort of rape dungeon corridor here. You kill a couple of these lashlings. There's then 2 Rift Wardens inside. You can pull one at a time. Obviously, you can pull both of them on Heroic and Mythic Normal and things like that, but you can pull one at a time. And then you're onto the last boss, which is a Void Corrupted Naru thingy. Again, I have absolutely no idea where this fits in, but I am really curious after doing this now as to what the fuck is going on. This is a small room, and this again it'll be an interesting fight. So he spawns ads, he spawns these greater rift, or it, sorry, I don't know what it is. I can't assume it's gender. It spawns a greater rift warden, and then after this one, it spawns 2 greater rift wardens. I don't know if that continues throughout the fight. There's also these little parasitic ads that come. What are they called? Void warnings or something like that. Waning voids. When you kill them, they leave these pools of shit on the ground as well. So obviously as the fight goes on, small room, the room will get taken up with crap. So you're going to have to watch where you're killing the ads. I couldn't move the boss. In saying that, I didn't really try and taunt it and run sort of all the way across the room with it to see if it would move off this platform. So I can't give you too much info on that. It didn't appear to do a hell of a lot of stuff otherwise. It just summoned these greater rift wardens. The ads leave those pools of shit on the ground. And that was really about it. But it is a small room. It will be very interesting to see how it goes into Mythic Plus. I could kind of see this place honestly becoming the new Cathedral of Eternal Night if it's tuned quite difficult, because there will be a hell of a lot of stuff that can just kill people by standing in the wrong things. So that is it, guys. Anyway, it was a cool dungeon. As I said, it's very short on Heroic. Obviously, it's only 4 bosses and you can get through it quite quickly. But yeah, if you've been over on the PTR and checked it out, let me know what you thought. If you know what's going on here, please let me know what the fuck is going on. And otherwise, thanks very much for taking the time to check out the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. See you guys.